when you get a facility under contract, is the first thing that you need to do is like do demos of like every type of software out there. And you need to figure out what type of software best fits what you want to do. What happened is that these three companies over the course of the last couple of years all got bought by Storable. Okay, so you can just Google Storable so you can see what Storable does. But Storable is like this like massive company inside the storage industry that really is like super vertically integrated. And what they do is they think, okay, what does a storage facility owner need? And then they create or buy the software that these owners need. Like, so for instance, I just found out that StoreEdge bought an RV parking software, right? So we all know RV parking is like a big thing right now. And so Storable is kind of that progressive kind of thinker. They're like, what do they need? Oh, they need that now. Let's just go buy that company. Okay. And then they vertically integrate everything. So they do not only property management software, but they also do like call center. They do like software for the call centers. They do marketing for storage facilities. They do merchant account, insurances, tenant insurance, facility insurance. I mean, anything that you can possibly need in order to run your business, Storable offers this. All right. And they only are growing and getting bigger because it's like, oh, we need this. Let's just go buy it or whatever. So that's kind of what happened. And that could be a good thing or a bad thing. For us personally, like we have a lot of stuff going on with Storable, so it's like you only have that one company that's really kind of managing the bulk of your properties, right? We have the software, we have SpareFoot, we've got the insurance, we've got tenant insurance, we use the Gates stuff, the software. And it's like, man, we sure are giving Storable a lot of money, right? And if something doesn't work, it's like, you're relying on them. Okay, so that is where, like I'm saying, it may or may not be a good idea to go with them. StoreEdge is kind of that software that Storable is really putting a lot of emphasis on. They are putting a lot of money into development, and it's really kind of like an enterprise solution. And I'm telling you, anything and everything that you need to automate your business is included. So for instance, like they allow APIs to come into the software, and then that API can do like a whole bunch of different things. And then, like auctions, lien processes. They have a mail house where they can like mail out letters for you, owner transfer letters or like auction process letters. Any type of process or step that you realize once you go through all of stages 3 and 4, that is all included into StoreEdge a lot of times. Now, all the other software is out there. So there's some other softwares. There's like Breeze. And there's Hummingbird, and there's StoreEdge. I don't know. I've done so many of them. I've done like so many demos. Unit Track. Each of them are really for a specific type of owner. So like, for instance, like Hummingbird is a little bit more expensive, and it really kind of works with like bigger facilities. But a lot of smaller ones are like, no, I want to use the software, so they'll pay the extra money for it. And then Unit Track, this might only have a C on it, actually. I can't remember. But anyways, this software is really geared towards like little tiny storage facilities, and it's like super cheap. Because like when you have a small facility, you don't want to have like huge, big expenses and stuff because it just eats into your ROI. So like what you need to do when you get a facility under contract is the first thing that you need to do is like do demos of like every type of software out there. And you need to figure out what type of software best fits what you want to do. And all of them have like different nuances and different features, like, oh, that sounds good over there, and that sounds good over there. But there's like not one software that kind of does all of it and is like the perfect software out there. There just isn't. right? So you're gonna have to choose which one you want to pick. And then what you want is like to pick the one that you're like, you think forward thinking. You're like, okay, this is the only facility I'm ever gonna have. This software will be perfect for that. But if you're like, no, I want to own like 5 more of these, then you need to think ahead, because the thing is once you get into the software and you get everybody to sign the contracts and you get everybody to get their payment information in, like you can't transfer that stuff over to another software. It don't work like that. Like you're going to have to literally start all over. I mean, now you might be able to import their name and their address and their phone numbers, but the contract is not going to like go into their system, and then also the payment information never transfers over. Hey everybody, this is Stacy here. Thank you so much for watching this video. I am here to teach you how to get your foot into this industry. You're watching this video because you want to learn how to get started in self-storage investing, or maybe you own facilities and you want to be a better manager, a better owner. That is what I do, is I teach people how to do that. So please like this video and also subscribe, hit the subscribe button, because that's what YouTube wants. So in order for me to get out the word on how to get started in this industry, I really need your help. Again, I appreciate you listening to me, and I'm here to help you on this journey, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.